to update everyone on our copper and tin discovery in Spain. If I can, forward-looking statement. All right, I'll just give a bit of a preamble. I think Pan Global represents a sort of great investment opportunity, and there's some very good reasons for that. I think, firstly, what we've got is near-surface, high-grade mineralisation in a established mining district where mines can be built fairly quickly. So, and that's at a time when making new discoveries, particularly copper discoveries close to surface, is becoming more difficult, and building new mines is becoming more challenging. So I think we're in a great position where we're located to potentially jump the queue when it comes to putting a new copper mine into production, should we be so fortunate at our projects in Spain. So just to recap on some of the highlights, as you sort of alluded to, Eric, we've only drilled one target so far, and our first drill holes in that target were discovery holes, and that was testing a large gravity anomaly. So you can see the results there. Hole 2, 20 odd metres at 1.5% copper equivalent. It was from near surface, included a nice high grade section there of over 7 metres of over 3%. Importantly, that included some high tin grades, and tins, apart from its obvious commercial value, it's what it means from an exploration point of view. High tin tends to only be associated with the very large copper-rich VMS systems. So it's a very good positive indicator from an exploration point of view in terms of size potential. And yes, just about every hole really is hitting copper mineralisation. We're continuing to do that. We're up to hole number 90 now. The geophysics works very well, particularly the EM and the IP at directly targeting mineralisation. As I said, we're surrounded by mines held by major mining companies. Permitting here it can be very quick. It's got excellent infrastructure, and the size potential where we're drilling at Romana looks very good, and there's excellent exploration potential in the surrounding ground, as I'll try and show you. So the Esky Centre project is at the eastern end of the Iberian Pirate Belt. It's I think, like you, Eric, it's probably the premier volcanogenic massive sulfide district in the world. It certainly has its large share of the very largest VMS deposits. There's 7 operating mines in the belt. It's got excellent infrastructure. Every inch of it is covered by mineral rights with major players, and those who are following the news in this part of the world, there's also some big company M&A activity at the moment with people looking at buying Matz's operation. So that's all positive, I think, for what we're doing in this part of the world. So this slide just shows the yellow outline is our mineral rights, and the La Romana project down here in the south. And I'll just point out the sort of large area surrounding it called El Andalus, which is an application which we're hoping will be granted very soon. We're certainly getting close, but you can see here the proximity. That area has some excellent exploration potential. And anyway, you can see the proximity to some of the other mines in the area. Atalaya's mining at the old Rio Tinto mine. It's probably the world's largest volcanogenic massive sulfide deposit anywhere. Then off to the east, you've got First Quantum mining Las Cruces, which was one of the highest grade open pit copper mines in the world. And then right next door to us, Group of Mexico looking to restart Boliden's old open pit mines. Just 600 with one of those mines, just 600 metres from the edge of our property. So we've got a bunch of targets in here and a lot of work to do. So a bit of an update. We're continuing to expand the area of mineralisation at La Romana. We've got 2 drill rigs still operating. They've been going full speed since January. We've drilled over 60 holes since January in what we're calling our Phase 4 program, and we're waiting for results for more than a third of those holes. So there's been quite a backlog in results, like many companies have been facing. In fact, we've just had the dam seemed to have burst in the last couple of weeks, and we got a whole bunch in, managed to get some news out today. So, but the grades and thicknesses, geometry all look very suitable for open pit mining. And we've got results pending for a number of holes with strong visible copper mineralisation. But as I said before, there's lots of size potential here. It's open in most directions. You can see a small picture here down the bottom on the right. We've tested less than half the strike potential, and we've got at least another 10 targets that look just like La Romana that we haven't even got to yet. So the latest results just from the phase 4 drill program, we've continued to hit copper in just about every hole. We've got near surface copper mineralisation now, sort of continuous over about 1 kilometre of strike and at least 300 metres dip extent as well. It's open along strike and down dip in various locations. You can see some of the results from the phase 4 program at hole 40, 50 odd metres, the percent copper equivalent. And a good high grade section there, over 25 metres at nearly 1.4% copper. You can see the results of some of these others. Hole 74, which was in the news release we put out today, which included some more good results. So 6.5 metres at 2.5% copper equivalent, again, including 3 metres of over 5% copper. And underneath that intersection was another 20 odd metres of footwall, lower grade footwall mineralisation in the footwall. And as I said, we're waiting for results for a number of other holes with strong mineralisation. You can see hole 77 and 85, bit of drill core. That's pretty good looking stuff. So, all right. So just a quick look at the drilling area shown here. The drill area spans now over 1 kilometre east-west by more than 300 metres north-south. The holes dot in red are those that we've reported, and the ones in yellow are those we're waiting on results for. And we've got, as I say, two drill rigs operating there at the moment. We are starting to see some zonation with copper and tin over in the west, progressing to a copper only, no tin, and then a little bit of zinc as we go further east. But it's completely open to the west, completely open to the east. You can see the mineralisations coincide very well with these conductor plate anomalies shown here in pink and yellow. But yeah, completely open in various directions. Some of the latest results highlighted in orange here that were put out in today's news release. Just draw your attention to hole 74, 6.5 metres at 2.5% copper equivalent here. Hole 62, another 7, nearly 8 metres at 1.4%. Just shows the mineralisation is still completely open and alive and well down dip. And off to the west here, hole 48, the westernmost hole with another 20 metre intersection showing it's still alive in that direction as well. So just another view looking down towards the southwest with all the drill holes so far. And you can see a strong coincidence of the copper mineralisation with the geophysics. There's just 3 IP chargeability anomalies and some the EM conductors. And much of this conductor here is still untested. You can see the geophysics is indicating potential for mineralisation to extend quite a way down dip. So there's plenty of room for this thing to grow in several directions. And you can see another target off to the north here, large IP anomaly, which we're looking to test as part of this program as well. So yeah, this story is not over yet. Few cross sections, just again, very simple geometry, 20 to 30 metre thickness, very consistent with, importantly, with high grade close to surface. You can see that again in both these two sections, 30 metres at the percent copper equivalent here. And then the next section over another 26 metres at 1.3% with, again, high grade sections. Step over further, these are a couple of the original discovery holes. Again, very good grades, close to surface, simple geometry, open at depth, and stepping over further, some really much wider intersections. Hole 40 that we drilled earlier this year, 50 odd metres at the percent copper equivalent. Bit of supergene mineralisation as well up dip. We're waiting for hole 64, which has supergene chalcocite visible over quite a thickness. Again, open down dip. We've also hit some very high-grade massive chalcopyrite, coincident with one of the downhole EM conductor anomalies. Very dense mineralisation, so specific gravities of well over 4, and just massive chalcopyrite. So very rich-looking mineralisation. Again, it's open down dip, open in various places. And then again, further east, one of our easternmost drill holes, some of the supergene mineralisation. So as I said, we're seeing some of this. They're very well-developed supergene enrichment. This is what they've been mining at the Las Cruces mine just down the road. But yeah, again, very, very high grades here and some massive chalcocite close to surface. All right, so just stepping back a bit, you can see the drill area, there's some old geophysics showing the potential here for another 0.5 kilometre to extend the mineralisation 0.5 kilometre to the west towards the old La Romana mine workings, perhaps another kilometre further to the east, and then some satellite targets up to the north that we're looking to drill. So, as I said, less than half the strike potential tested so far. Plenty of room for this to grow quite a bit. Stepping back a bit further, there's La Romana where we've been drilling. This is the yellow areas, the yellow Andalus property that we're expecting to be granted very soon, where we've got a bunch of large gravity targets. As I said, La Romana was a gravity anomaly to begin with. The Los Frailes deposit right near us was discovered by gravity. So was Las Cruces. So gravity anomalies in this part of the world is very good news. We have at least what looks to be 2 clusters of large gravity anomalies in this, mostly in this Al-Andalus area. You can see the Neves-Corvo deposit, which is again a cluster of large massive sulfides at the same scale. So you can see the potential here. In fact, we've got a bit of a head start. Exxon drilled a hole. It was their last drill hole in the area back in the mid-1980s, 9.5 metres at 1.4% copper that's never been followed up, and 4 kilometres away from where we're drilling at the moment. So, yeah, I think we've got very good potential here to make further discoveries in this property. So next steps, we're continuing to expand the area of drilling, push the boundaries in all directions. We've got sort of potential here to convert it to resource pretty quickly when the time's right. The focus is really on how big is it going to be. We're also waiting on some geophysics. We've got some metallurgical test work started with 5 sort of 40 to 50 kilo samples, looking primarily at the copper and the tin mineralisation. But as I said, the big thing is getting the Al-Andalus property granted. We've planned a large high-resolution electromagnetic and magnetic survey that will be used to directly detect mineralisation and help prioritise which of those gravity targets we go after. We'll also look to be drilling the La Jarosa target that I just mentioned, pretty much just as soon as we get access to the ground. We've got plenty of money in the bank to really step up the drilling, and we're looking to really have a number of drill rigs turning, hopefully by the end of this year and well into next year on a number of new targets. So plenty of money in the bank. We completed a financing back in June, oversubscribed, raised nearly 15 million, got another 2 million from warrants that were all the warrants were exercised in August. So we're sitting on over 15 million in the bank today. We've got potentially another 2 million to come in December from the exercise of warrants. So yeah, we've got plenty of money here to fund all the exploration we need well into next year. And hopefully we've just sort of opened the chest a little bit. And with La Romana, and as we sort of lift the lid a bit further, we're going to make some more discoveries going forward. All right, so yeah, check us out. I think Pan Global's got lots of potential here.